In the beginning, I was telling my mom and dad about me having spiritual gifts. They didn't want to believe, but yet they read their Bible. How you don't believe against anointed? So, I was telling them about everything I was going through. They ain't believe it. So I got fed up. My pastor was always telling me to step out on faith. And this journey ain't for everybody. You're going to lose and lead, and you're going to have to lose people. So, I got tired of dealing with it with my ex. So I left on Valentine's Day. I left on Valentine's Day because I already knew she was at work hoeing and cheating. So when I left her on Valentine's Day, she ended up calling my phone like, where you at? Woo woo. And I said, I left. She said, really? But in her voice, she was happy as fuck I left. See, I beat her to the punch. I was 2 steps ahead. That same day, I took that trip to Atlanta, Georgia. I was going to meet my best friend, Latia. And your best friend pay for your way. Your rich best friend pay for your way to Atlanta, Georgia. She paid your ticket. She supposed to meet you. When you get there, now she don't want to meet you. Change the plans. So you know me. I end up getting smoking my little blunts. Went to the store. Okay. Now I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna get back. Now I had to hustle up and beg people for money for a Greyhound ticket back. I ended up jumping on a Greyhound bus, and the bus I got on was straight Haitians. First thing I noticed was everybody didn't have no luggage. The second thing I noticed was that all these people speak a different language. You feel me? So then I'm like, hold on, it's a whole family. Then I started noticing as the bus started riding, I just started paying attention. They ain't got no luggage, they ain't got nothing. So I'm like, what in the hell going on? So as the bus started riding, I'm calling my people. The person who paid for my way to come up there, she ain't answer the phone. And she keep playing saying, why should I help you? Why should I help you? Why would you plan? You just paid my way to go out of state. Now I'm in another state and I have no money. I need your help. Now I'm calling my mom. My mom telling me she busy or she got something going on. So I'm calling my ex. I'm not even calling my ex. I'm calling the girl I was with, and she can't answer the phone all of a sudden. So now everybody just beating around the bush. So boom. One of the people on the bus was like, if I was you, I'd call the police because you about to get kidnapped. We don't believe in your God, and we're going to sacrifice you for your spiritual gifts. But in the meantime, all this shit was going on. They didn't know I was on live. Ever since that day, I've been getting gang stalked by these devil worshipers. Just like they just tried to kidnap me, tried to kidnap that shit, tried to do that shit again tonight, right here. And I'm going to make these people right here pull this camera on this building. So I can't tell you how many times I had to call police, how many times I done hit up high fishers, I done tagged shit with the CIA, FBI, all this shit. And they don't believe this shit. That these motherfuckers trying to sacrifice me because they know I'm about to be a millionaire. They know this shit. And it ain't even about fucking being a millionaire. It's just about like a nigga chasing his dream. They see that I got a talent. They see I got a gift to see into the future. And they don't want that. No, they don't want nobody in a high position to hire me. But God is making me where he want me to be a motivation speaker. They got a problem with me being a motivation speaker, teaching people shit that you don't know, that your pastors don't tell you. Because they just read straight like the Bible. But to continue the long story short, so all that shit happened. We're going to go back to the story. So after all that, they said, we don't believe, we're going to sacrifice you. And I first I dismissed it. Then I started calling my people. Then I kind of find out I was on the wrong fucking bus. But it's a good thing before I hopped on the bus, I took a picture of the front of the bus and the back of the bus. Something just made me do it. I don't know what it would do it, but I give it all praises God because I took a picture of the front of that bus. The front and the back. I got that tag number. I ended up calling the Greyhound station, and they told me I was on the wrong bus, and the bus I was on wasn't supposed to be in service. Now I'm putting two together. I ended up calling 911 in Macon County, Georgia, and 911 in Macon County, Georgia kept declining my calls. They declined my calls 3 times in Macon County, Georgia. So then I screen recorded and called 911. They declined my call. Now I'm texting them 911 in Macon County, Georgia. I need help. And it was like, your message can't get out. Your message can't get out. So then I had to call Jacksonville, Florida, and let them people know what was going on. I'm telling people in Jacksonville to call the police. So the police in Jacksonville like, it's out of their jurisdiction. They can't do nothing. I need to call Georgia police. But you know, if you made a call like this should be on file. You feel me? That part is recorded, and it's under my name, Trevon Terrell Thomas. Boom, there you go. So, continue story short, they kept telling me like, oh yeah, when we get to this bus stop, you better call your family because you're gonna get kidnapped. So everybody on the bus laughing, and now realizing all these people family and everything. Even the bus driver was speaking Haitian. He was Haitian, and he was speaking Creole. So now I'm saying this is a family organization. So these all motherfuckers are trained to do a hit. They were trained to do a hit. But I peeped game and I peeped the play. So to continue the story, we end up pulling up to a stop. So after everybody got off the bus except me, I stayed on the bus. So the bus driver, we went to some town, some little city, it ducked off in the country. This shit ratchet as fuck. It's ratchet as fuck. So everybody got off the bus, walking past me, laughing, smirking, And the bus driver was like, get out the bus. I like, get out the bus for what? What I need to get off the bus for? So I said, I'm finna stay right here in front of this camera. While I'm on camera recording myself. He was like, nah, everybody gotta get off the bus. So I got off the bus. So I stood in front of the bus. You feel me? Now I'm in front of the bus, and we stopped at a little place, and they had a little it was like a little Waffle House and then a little corner store. So they had a little camera. I bullshit you no lie. One person got off the bus. A couple people got off the bus and went in the store. One person got off the bus and went across the street to an old tire shop. It looked like it was a bandit tire shop at that in the country. The second person got off. It was a couple more people who got off. And one girl, she got off and went straight to an unmarked van. So we in the middle of the country. You done left Atlanta, Georgia. And we in some little ducked off country. And you get off the Greyhound bus to go to an unmarked car. She walked straight up to it, opened the door. The keys was in ignition. She started ignition. It was like one of them old little hospital vehicles with the little black burglar bars in the inside of that bitch. All white strip. You could tell that was the kidnapping van. So I said, all this shit was plotted. I ain't even want to get back on the bus. That's how scared I was. So now I'm trying to low-key record everybody. And it's so crazy because I got all this shit that happened on that day on phone. I'm glad I left Atlanta, Georgia with a full charge phone. And I had 2 fucking phones. Thank God I thought to bring 2 phones with me when I was traveling. Because that shit would really save my life that day. That whole day was just hell, trying to get back to Jacksonville. So I end up, everybody ended up getting back on the bus. The bus ended up getting moving. And I'm sitting right behind the bus driver. He keeps saying something in Creole to everybody. Everybody on the bus laughing and shit. One of the boys was like, oh, you ever heard about the boy who got lost in the woods? And I was like, bro, I ain't got no time for the joke. And they were like, and then he talking about something. They say they found him limbless, chopped up to pieces. You feel me? That's not even that. It's just, after the midst of all this, you got the nerve to say this dumb ass shit. And I'm fed up. I'm praying. I'm doing all this because I know the vibe how I was feeling was like my life was in danger. That's how my spirit is feeling. And you know how you feel like when you're in danger. When you in danger, you got the chills down your spine, all the hair sticking up on your body. You just scared. You nervous. You probably got the shakes. Yeah, we all been there. And ain't nobody can't say they don't be there because we all been there. So you know what that feel like. That's how I felt. That's how my spirit felt. As soon as that bus started moving, that's how I felt. I was scared. With anxiety. Like something bad was coming. So that's what I was going through. We ended up going to another stop, and they picked up some more people. I think it was like a couple black people and white people got off. So the next stop we had went to, a couple of the people got off the bus and they jumped in vans. Like, you know, like these little work vans. They jumped in on vans and they rolled off ahead of the bus. I bullshit you no lie. When I had called 911 pulled up on the side of the city bus and slowed down on the left-hand side of the bus. It pulled up with its lights on, merged in front of the bus, and merged nice on the right side of the bus, and it slowed down. to it was like where the officer window was at, the bus driver door was at. Next thing you know, the officer rolled down his window, sticking his hand out. He's sitting at the bus driver, and the bus driver stuck his hand, like one hand on the wheel and the other, his right hand, he's sitting back to the police officer. The police officer turned off his lights and fell back. So all I know, the police officer fell back on the highway from the bus. So I'm like, what the fuck? So all these motherfuckers working together. So keep the story going. We end up going to another town. And all I know is when I got off that bus, I just had bad vibe. I didn't want to stand with none of them people. Like everybody looking at me speaking in Creole and they laughing because I'm the only person from Jacksonville on that Greyhound bus, and everybody else is straight Haitians on them. So it's like, man, I was going through all this. So they didn't understand that. They didn't understand it at all. They thought they were just going to silence me. I was going to shut the hell up. No, I'm going live. I'm calling the family members. I'm tagging people. I'm showing everybody. So I'm hitting up everybody at home. Everybody acting busy. So since nobody going to answer the phone, now I'm calling my mama. Now I'm calling my girl phone at the time. Since she ain't going to answer the phone, now I'm hitting up all her coworkers, letting them know what's going on. Man, I tagged all these people in the group chats. And I said, man, y'all act like y'all fuck with me and shit. I'm telling y'all to call 911 and y'all saying, what's the problem? I'm telling you what's the problem. Get help. Now y'all act like y'all don't want to help a nigga. So, yeah, I was going through all this. And they expect me not to speak my truth and not tell my story, because my story is my testimony. So, to continue the story, we end up picking up some more people after that little stop. Everybody got back on the bus, woo-woo. And at the next stop, we stopped somewhere else. And they kept making markers like, if I was you, I'd call 911. If I was you, I'd call for help. Trying to play scare games and scare tactics and try to do all this extra whole ass shit. But the whole time, I'm just recording this shit. I'm getting all this shit on camera. So these motherfuckers act like I was supposed to be scared to post their ass. No, I'm not scared to post you. I am not scared to post you. That's one thing about me. I am not scared to post your ass. I'm not scared to post you, and I'm not scared to tell my truth. So I was going through all this. We ended up getting to a stop, and one of the white girls, like, when we got to the stop and everybody got off the bus, she's like, I'm leaving. I just got bad vibes. I didn't want to tell her what was going on, but at the same time, I was like, yeah, lucky you could just up and leave. I don't know nobody here, and I don't want to be stuck in the country. Nah, I'm in another territory right now. I don't like this vibe. This vibe is evil right now. So she ended up having somebody from that town come get her, since she had family down there. But yeah, all this had to a place. But long story short, when I got back to Jacksonville, it was just like, the minute I got off the bus, oh yeah, I skipped the scene. I skipped the part. One of the people said my girl's name. They said her first name and last name, saying they used to rape and molest her. That's what they said. And they said it's been a long time since they've seen her and they can't wait to do it again. So now I'm like, okay, this is your family. So that was the ultimate kicker. But when I got back to Jacksonville, it was like all these people was monitoring me. You know, I told everybody what I went through, and everybody dismissed it. I was crazy. Ever since that day, I've been going through it. The reason why I moved out my homeboy house, because I felt like he was trying to backdoor my female while I was there. So, and that's what it was. So, between down the line, everybody started switching up on me. And I started getting more and more spiritual with my gifts, tuning into God, tuning into all of this. They ain't like none of this. I ended up being homeless because I ain't had nowhere to stay. And I started becoming spiritual woke. And, you know, when you start feeling energy and vibration, you hate to be around negative people. Like, it's just like, I couldn't vibe with people with low vibration, meaning negative spirits. People who always got something negative to say and negative personalities. I couldn't vibe with that no more. I got tired of dealing with people like that. So I got rid of myself and got myself out the mix. So now all of this took place. I'm on the streets, and it's just like ever since then, it's just been people that are trying to get me, kidnap me, all that. But this story getting longer and crazier. I'm telling you, this is part one of some of the stuff I went through. Even though I confronted my ex, I'm like, oh, is she a devil worshiper and all this? She gonna deny it. You know she can't say shit. But it ain't no point in lying when I got a whole pendulum. And if I ask this pendulum, is it a devil worshiper? And I hold it out to the camera and let y'all see. Now back and forth is yes. Side to side is no. Circular motion maybe. And everybody who's a witch or a voodoo priest or whoever, devil worshiper, or if you walk in light, you all know how the pendulum swing and what them answers mean. So the truth can come out. The truth already been out. Ever since then, I've been on these streets, and I've been trying to tell my family I've been going through this. Everybody turned against me. Everybody say I'm tripping and crazy. But meanwhile, the whole time, everybody know what's going on, and they looking the other way. I feel like my own family, friends, and my ex all got something to do with this, with me being set up that day. And it was planned. But the real question was, they didn't know I was getting on the Greyhound. That's what I caught them off guard. I was supposed to have been set up in my city. Nobody knew I was getting on that Greyhound that day. Then they come to find out that my ex knew my best friend. And come to find out my best friend was from Louisiana, but she always told me she was from Jacksonville. And when I went to prison, I got out of prison, she was living in Atlanta, Georgia. Come to find out they know each other. Ever since them days, Mud brother, he ain't fucking with me, he switched up. My best friend, she switched up. And my ex, which was my girl at the time, she switched up. All these people switched up. Me, my own mom, dad, everybody in my family switched up. And it's the sad truth. So I don't trust nobody. So we gonna fast forward to 2022. I don't trust nobody because I've been going through shit. Nobody want to believe. And this is my story, and I'm going to continue telling my story. I will testify before the Lord, and I already said I'm going to speak my truth. Ain't nobody going to silence or shut me up. Motherfuckers try to get you set up for sex trafficking or kidnapping. These motherfuckers keep coming in, trying to do tactics in the same cars. I got so many tag numbers, it's not even funny. And people be like, oh, you just writing down regular tag numbers. No. These people are devil worshippers. They sold their soul for fame. Probably been doing gay shit to get initiated. Some of them are doing blood sacrifice, animal sacrifice. They doing weird shit just to get initiated for a little bit of ass money. And they fail and realize you can sell your soul to the devil for a man. But you know, devil gonna let you do all this fuck shit. And when you get in that water and you get fucked up, he remove his presence and energy from your ass. Now you in them gates and you in them chains by yourself. And he's sitting back laughing at your dumb ass. They don't understand how that devil, how he move. They don't understand that. The devil can't be trusted. So what makes you think you a devil worshiper, you could trust the devil? Because you made a agree. Yeah, he made a agree for you to sell your soul so he could send you to hell. His goal is to bring as many people down with him. But you know, these people don't understand that. They don't understand that shit. They never will. But yeah, that's the sad truth and the shocker truth. And you know I be exposing this shit. So yeah, there you have it. This is part one of how this all shit started. You know, I gotta tell my side of the story just in case. You never know how the future play out. Sometimes this shit be having me emotional wreck. Sometimes this shit have me breaking down to God like, Lord, I'm tired of dealing with this. Sometimes I just be wanting to give up. But then I was like, Lord, you don't want me to give up. And sometimes I just be wanting to go psych on these people and just go flip out on the ones who against me. Like, this shit really like did something to me. To a point where I don't even want to fuck with people. Because I don't know who I could trust. But only the strong gonna survive. But I proceeded on and I fought on and I ain't give up. And I ain't let this shit break me. This shit just make me mad now. It just make me mad when they try to play with my energy. Then I have to go pray, meditate, and clear my energy and get some peace of mind. Going back doing what I love, making my music, or read the Bible and get some peace, or clear my energy in nature or something. But yeah, this is what I go through. Spiritual warfare while everybody else blind. I'm Neo out the Matrix, and everybody else is blind in the world. Like the people who was in Matrix, they were blind to all the evil, and it was right in their face every single day. Welcome to the Matrix.